Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 1 in the introduction to my version of the Castaway challenge, which has now been updated for seasons. It was one of my first challenges on my channel, and it was originally created by Nando, who has different EAIDs, which is on my blog post, which I'll link down below in the description, which has all the details about the challenge down there. I'll try and touch on some of them now. So I am starting with 2 sims. You can start with anywhere from 1 to 4 sims. And I chose 2 same as what I did last time. If you're interested in seeing my old version, it'll be linked at the end. Warning, the sound quality is not as good because it was like in the very beginning when I didn't have a very good mic. But if you want to see the changes in the game, because it was quite different there were no seasons, you can go check that out at the end. And I am starting with 2 teens. Like I said, they are spellcasters. I will not use any advantage of them being spellcaster. They don't know anything, and I'm probably not going to have time for them to learn anything anyways. And right now, I have the lot placed in Oasis Springs, and currently there is a bridge. There will be 2 versions of this lot on the gallery, one with this bridge and one with the bridge essentially removed. And if you don't use the bridge, you can obviously just shift and teleport there when you have cheats on, which, as you can see, I have cheats on, but we can also just have them go here individually. And I will obviously remove the bridge. So instead of being like they're castaway and stuck on the island, they are doing this as like a scout thing. So I'm going to have them join scouts. They will not be able to go to scouts because they're going to be trapped on the island. And one of the rules is that you cannot leave the island. So this was originally created by Nando, or simply Nando was the ID he used at that time. But this lot is quite different from that. I've changed it up a lot. Instead of a fountain around it, I use a pond around it. Now, some of the rules are you have to pay the bills. Money isn't supposed to matter, except for as an added challenge, I am making money matter. I'm going to take the money away as soon as I do a couple of things with them. Then they'll have no money left. And you're not allowed to roast marshmallows at the campfire. You have to essentially roast fish. You can't roast hot dogs either, I would think, because you're trying to like make do with what's on the island. I tried using the simple living lot challenge because I have cottage living, and I found that even though my sims had fish in their inventory, it wouldn't let them roast the fish. I don't know if it's particular because it has to be certain fish, or if it's just something with the fire and you can't have that. So I do not have that lot challenge on. If you want to try it, you can try using that challenge if you have the pack. This actual build requires you to have outdoor retreat, and it's highly recommended. I wouldn't really suggest using it without spa day. A spa day is a good one. A lot of this pool area over here, there's things from spa day in there, and one of the skills, because there's goals, you got to learn certain skills before you can get off the island, and one of the skills is the wellness skill. However, I have placed a punching bag in the area where you access the yoga mat that's there. So if you don't have spa day, you can kind of still do the challenge, but you need outdoor retreat because you need that fireplace to be able to barbecue essentially. And the build uses a lot of stuff from that pack. So the other couple of things I made changes were the original build only had 1 place to fish. Now you essentially have 4 because there was 3 fishing spots plus the pond on the gallery is pre-stocked with quite a few fish. Mine is only pre-stocked with 3 fish because I use a debug fishing sign for the pond that comes pre-stocked with 3 fish. And there are some plants already planted, and I have also placed some fruits around so your sims can plant the things that are there. A lot of them are from various packs. There's a coconut, an avocado, just various things. So if you want, you could go into debug and place, or before you start, buy a seed packet and place a few down just so you have something right away that you can plant. Since that will obviously help if you have. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 things that are from other packs that you could replace those if you wanted to. But I think they're know at one point the carnation was ready to, not the chrysanthemum, but in this version it seems to have gone to a dirt pile. So there's nothing there to harvest. I don't think there's anything anywhere to harvest on here. So yeah, so you can just, I don't know how it'll place, but mine has gone to dirt piles in this particular version here. So, and to start with, you have to get your gardening to level 5. Now, the rules are worded that for the first few steps, it just says get gardening or get handiness or get this to unlock the doors. Because if you go down, you'll see there's various doors. The rules go into more detail on the blog post, and that you have to get certain skills to be able to get into those doors. But to even get down there, there's stairs here that are covered up by a landscaping, and you need level 5 of gardening to be able to move that landscaping to be able to get downstairs. And I'm going to make it as an added challenge that both Sims that I'm playing with have to get to level 5 of each of the skills before the various doors are open. That's an added challenge. In the original rules, it was only like the level 5 of wellness and level 5 of logic that both Sims had to get to those skill levels to be able to open up those doors. There is no toilet on the island, so they have to go swimming. So actually, you know what? While I'm talking first, what we're going to do is I have weather effects on, and I'm going to change them into their hot weather clothes, even though there's no difference for her for that. But, you know, the game notices at being different. So we're going to let her, let them both go in to that, and he's going to too. So he can come over here, and he has a nerd brain aspiration. And so his name is Aiden Wood, and he's a genius, loves the outdoors, and he's a quick learner. But I'm going to switch him over to a nature angling ace aspiration. And before I start, if you want, there's a chicken coop here. I am going to buy a hen. I think it's fun to have a hen and a rooster on the island. And then we're going to, hopefully, when I was testing this, they could get here. I'm going to, right away, before I take, money doesn't matter, but I'm going to make it matter. Take their money away, but I'm going to let them feed the chickens first. So they don't have to worry about the chickens not having food. And then I'll take their money away. And then the other thing that I'm going to have them do is, like I said, I think that they're going to be in Scouts, so I'm going to have them join Scouts. But they're not going to obviously be able to go to Scouts because I'm going to get rid of that bridge so that they can't get off the island until they complete the challenge. So to start with, they can work on handiness when they have some money. There's a guitar here. There's one place for them to share for, let me get this done, for sleeping. And they can swim here. They have to pee themselves, or you can, if you go into the pond early enough, the pool, I should say, they can relieve themselves in the pool, but you got to time it and catch it. And so she's actually, her name is Iris Cassidy. They both love the outdoors. She's creative, and she's a muser because she has this painter extraordinaire aspiration. And she is going to, right now, I'm going to put her over onto the nature freelance botanist aspiration so she can come and plant a few things. I'm not going to let her plant everything. Probably. I don't know. Probably, I mean, maybe I could because we need to be able to water things. I'll maybe cancel. I'll try and pay attention. And so he is making that phone call, and when he's finished with that phone call, now that that's done, he's going to come here and he's going to go fishing. Yeah, she can like gardening. So this is one fishing spot, which will also unlock and have more things that they can. I have some extra plants that are more seasonal plants down when they go downstairs, so they can get their handiness up by crafting. So I think we've got everything. I bought the chickens, and I have fed them once. So I'm going to use cheats to put their money to 0 because, like I said, I'm making an extra challenge. Hopefully they can pay their bills of that. So, and I know they have 2 of these, but and I gave them journals, which they can't use until they have crafted a table and chairs, which they need to, 1, have money to be able to craft, and 2, they need to have the proper skills to be able to do that, because they don't unlock at the low levels of the crafting. So she's planted 3 things. So we're going to stop. Yeah, no, we're not going anywhere. And she's going to start watering. So she's got some watering done. And that's kind of, so I may be repeating because I tried to get them set up so they were actually doing stuff before I went into details on the rules. So like I said, you can't move any of this landscaping until, in my case, I'm going to say both of them have to get to level 5 of the gardening. It's just easier that they both have to get to level 5. There is no toilet. I just thought it'd be funny to have chickens wander, because, you know, sometimes chickens wander around as they have them in island living. And, oh, so he caught a fish. So once she gets to 10, I'm going to stop her from doing that. And you're not allowed to go into build buy mode to buy things. I have an added challenge that if their chairs catch fire, that they can replace them, but they have to craft a piece of furniture, which means they need money, and then sell it, and then buy the new chair. But we do have 4 extra stools over there that we can use and put over there. She's still doing that. And I have summer holidays, so they don't have to go to school. I'm being optimistic. I only have it for 2 weeks, but I will extend it if I need to. So I have art and music spirit, because playing the guitar, which is one of the skills, they have a guitar here and they have to learn that, counts for that, as does crafting on the woodworking table. Fire, they have to use the fire to start their, to cook their fish, and gardening, obviously, you know, goes without saying, they've got a garden there. So those are the things that I have there. And I'm still watching her, because I'm going to have her, as soon as she's finished with this, I'm going to have her go fish. And then he's going to plant things and water. Okay, so she's done. So I'm going to cancel that and switch her over to the angling ace. And I'm going to have her go fishing. Let's see if she's actually going to listen. Okay, she is. Good. So he's going to stop fishing. And we're going to switch him over to the freelance botanist, get some points, and have him plant. And then once he's planted and watered, we'll have him go back to, we have to keep an eye on their needs. They're in summer clothes, so they're not going to burn, which is important. I do have a beehive here, and in the basement, when they unlock to be able to go downstairs by getting to their gardening to level 5, there is a flower arranging table, so that they can, once they get high enough skills, they can put a, you know, they'll be able to scent a flower arrangement with crocus, because there is a crocus on the island, but they have to make some planters to be able to put stuff in a sheltered area, because those are not in season in the summertime. But I do have a lot of things that are in season in the summertime. Oh, look, she caught an apple. Well, she'll be able to eat that. Good for her. Very good. So he wants to level up in handiness skill and go swimming. So I'm going to just have him plant everything. It means he's going to get a head start on the gardening probably, but I might let her take a turn at, she caught a bass, even better. Well, it seems like it's something very good to eat. And they're going to have to take turns sleeping, because there is only the one bed until we unlock going downstairs. So that gardening is pretty good. And the other thing that's good is to get your handiness, one of their handiness to level 10, because then they can craft a toilet. So the race will be on as to whether we craft the toilet or they get enough points to get still bladder. Because in the meantime, like I think I may have said, they have to go in the pool to try and swim and relieve themselves there. But they can't relieve themselves until they're really have to go to the bathroom. I kind of tested it and checked. All right, you know what? You should start watering. And you should just come plant. Let's get both of you working on your skills a little bit. on the skill that matters, and they're going to need to socialize with each other. Just keeping this up so I can at least keep an eye on. See, he has to go to the bathroom and he's getting a bit hungry. You caught a fish. You caught a bass. Okay, well, that's good. Well, we need to get you doing your watering first. Okay, can you not plant this? Oh, I don't know what that was. That was the bees. Let me see. Yeah, for some reason, I actually, in one of these, like, I don't know why they're magnificent. I'm not really sure. It's so funny to have the chickens there. Okay, well, why don't you, is he got his watering done? Let's see. No, he's not got his watering done. Well, why don't you go fish in another location? You can go fishing here. So I have these. I can obviously plant anything there. And if you don't have cottage living, you won't have this, and it doesn't really matter. But the reason I put them there is because down in this room, when they unlock it, there's like lettuce seeds and a watermelon seed, because I may eventually use the Simple Living Lot Challenge. I'll have to see. But I'm not using it at the beginning mainly because of the issue that you can't. I was having problems. I couldn't cook fish at the fire when I had that on. He's still watering, and actually, you were the one that you really need. Your issue is social. His issue is he's starting to get hungry. But you did catch a fish, didn't you? And you had an apple. Good. Did you? That you should have got your. You should be able to get your watering done. You did get your watering done. Okay, so where is your gardening at? It's not quite at 2. You know what? Maybe I'll just let you finish doing the watering. You can go water. You can water some more, and I should probably put you back onto the angling ace because that's the one you're really going to be working on the most. Because you can't evolve anything, and the other one, the being at a level 4, doesn't matter. So you got your fish at 2 locations. You know what? Why don't you come here and water? Because there's more watering needed to be done. So they have basil bush and chocoberry, which is all year, which is from cottage living. So they probably didn't need quite so many things to plant, but then again, you need your gardening. So there, he's fishing over here at this spot. Are you gonna have any luck and catch anything else? You haven't yet. And I do, like I said, have a club, so we're gonna start the club gathering. And no, we're not buying that. And you can finish a painting when you can. You want to get to know Aiden? You can go ahead and get to know him. That would probably be a good thing. And it looks like his fishing is coming along. Fishing is a skill that they need. Oh, it's not actually. Oh, no, I'm on the wrong sim. To be able to, like, catch their fish to eat, but it's not a skill that counts. The skills that actually count that they need to get is gardening, handiness. Gardening lets them go downstairs, which opens up the cave, which is probably pretty important if they have bad weather, because it gives them shelter better than the little shelter they have there. There's a room down there that they have to get to level 5 of handiness, and that gives them an easel, which unlocks the ability to paint, which they need to be able to do, and also gives them a double bed. And there is a door that has a shower, which, so no skill building there, but just a sort of fun thing, and that requires them to get their guitar to level 5. And then there's another door that they need level 5 of painting, so you can't get to that till you've got your level 5 of handiness. And it gives you a barbecue, so they can cook, more things with the barbecue, and a bar. And the bar lets them learn the mixology skill. And when you get to level 5 of the mixology skill, that there's another door that gets unlocked and lets them go further down. And then there's another door that's, once you get through that door and go downstairs, there's actually 7 hidden vases on the lot. So if you find those 7 hidden vases, you get access to a sauna. So it's more like a fun thing, but not anything really useful. But so if you are playing this without Spot A, it doesn't really matter that the vases won't be there because they're from Spot A and it'll disappear, but also will this sauna. And now there's another door that when you get to level 6 in the cooking skill, which is on this other island here, you can get through here. Oh, look, there's a vase. And in there is where there's actually a fridge. I added a couple of counters. There weren't counters, but I thought it made sense that there'd be counters. And because all the fridge does is let you store stuff, it doesn't like let you cook anything, like non-fridge cooking. And there's a couch there, and there's a wellness. There's a yoga mat, and then if you don't have spa day, there's a punching bag, which obviously if you have a spa day, you don't need to focus on the fitness because fitness is not a skill that is needed to get off the island. Once your Sims both get to level 5 of the wellness skill, substitute fitness. If you don't have spa day, there is another door downstairs that has a chess table in it. They'll have to be able to craft the chairs to be able to use the chess table, but that chess table lets both Sims learn logic, and when both Sims learn logic, which is essentially the last skill they need to learn, then they get access to another room which has some keys in it. It also has some rooms if your Sims are spellcasters. I had put those there before I decided to build the underground exit out of the place. But essentially, once you get in there, the keys are there, so you have access to the exit, the underground exit to get off the island, and then that's it. That's all they need to do. But they need to get there first. They need to get there first. So let's check their needs. He's getting hungry and he has to go to the bathroom. So let's stop the fishing, and I think I had her water, and she has to go to the bathroom, and she's getting hungry now. She had a fish, and this is like dragging and moving. So I think I moved that a little bit. I think I'd rather have it there. So we're going to have her light that. Let's get them, and you should just wait till it gets lit because you have a few fish now. You've caught 4 fish. So you're going to light that. Hopefully you don't catch a fire. And you're going to come here and roast the fish. And you're going to roast your fish because you have 1 fish. Now it's gone. Which fish did you choose to roast? The same one, the bass. And you know what? You're all inspired. So why don't we switch you over onto the food aspiration, and let's see if they can get their food made without catching a fire. And she wanted to get to know Aiden. So we are going to friendly. Look for get to know. Now, I will get rid of that bridge and then put their money back down to where it is, which should probably be 0, off camera before the next part. But we're actually going to leave this part here so they have learned a little bit of their skills. It's the middle of the afternoon, and they're both their needs are going down. They're going to have to take turns. Maybe they're going to swim in the pool at the same time. We'll have to see in the next part. That's going to be it for this part. Likes and comments are always appreciated, and they really help with the algorithms. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!